Hey there, Gudetki. How's it going? Wait, what? Oh, good heavens. Okay, hang on. Let's try to fix this. This is curious. Okay. I forgot that I made some changes to the setup. Why there? Um, let me see. There we go. Hello. Hello. Okay. How is everyone doing right now? I am very sleepy. I am very, very sleepy. So I may be somewhat more on the chill side than normal, at least until I wake up. But it's good to see everyone. Strangely, strangely, so did I. Well, not quite just. I have, very typically, uh, I've been up for a little bit. I haven't been up a full hour, as you recommend. Um, I've been awake just long enough to get some food in me. Not much more than that. Get food in me. Get everything set up for the transmission this morning and get rolling. This is actually something I had really wanted to have ready yesterday, but I didn't quite manage it in time. I wanted this for Monday Night Magic, so I've had several ounces of fluids. I've had several ounces of fluids. I'll be having more. I have a little thing that I need to have or take that is currently dissolving. Um, I'm hoping it will have the desired effect, but I won't actually get to know for a little bit. I won't actually get to know until until we are post molt. So we're gonna find out how things go with it. We're gonna find out how things go then. How about yourself, Goreki? I have to say, I was able to see some of your tests, and I have to say it was a very delightful test. And you can always I like to think that this is a safe space here. I would like people to always feel like they can say whatever they need to say. I like people can say whatever they need to say. This is not a very cozy space, is it? No, let's see what we can do about that. I'll give you a cozier music for now. Yeah, go on, is basically what I was saying. I'm here to listen. That does sound very frustrating. Um, Personal devices, whatever their nature, when they start to go bad, when they start to have issues, um, especially power supply issues, it can be deeply frustrating. It can be deeply frustrating. I hope it's operable now. I hope it's operable now. Well, let's hope that the third time's a charm. Let's hope that the third time's a charm. Keep my fingers crossed for you. Let's see. Oops. There we go. I'm always quite good at dragging that, getting that ready and together. Um, yeah. Oh, I think we lost Agaraki, but that's fine. I don't have it yet. I don't have it yet. But my hope is that it's ready for today. We're actually going to be doing some work on things that the hive is going to need because I feel confident that we're going to see the hive realized. So I'm going to take some time and put in some work towards it. See, you guys will get to see some of working on in a minute because I'd like to move away from these broadcasts. Started off as a experiment, kind of to see if I could, to see if they would work out. And so I want to move into having them be nicer for everyone. I appreciate that I haven't been at this very long, but I want to work making some changes. One of them is including that I've already changed the layout a little bit. I want to change the layout some more, which I will be doing. Hello, Mooney. Hello, Mooney. No worries. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for saying hello. I hope your lurking goes very well. Oh, well, you'll be missed, but your arrival has been noted and your departure will be filmed. Oh, I want them to stay too, but needs must, as they say. Needs must, unfortunately. So I won't keep him away from duties. I won't keep him away from duties. I, so I think what you're experiencing is that I am. They say that there's a fine line. Well, let me show you. This is actually a bit of a self portrait. It's a bit of a self portrait that I want to use as a Discord reactive. So it's a little bit of a self portrait. I'm glad you like it. I always have to turn the page some. But I want to do it in a charcoal style. So we just put down a base layer, and now we're starting to add all the lights and the darks. Yeah, it's me. The deep and meaningful thing, I think, comes back that this is, you're getting to experience me when I'm incredibly tired. I have not had a particularly large amount of sleep. My slumber was disturbed by, was visited by morphic projections that were somewhat disturbing. And the result is that I don't think I could call them a nightmare by classic definitions. I don't think I call them a nightmare by classic definitions. I found them deeply disturbing because of the content, but it wasn't horrific. It I still have like the groggy throatness. Rather than being horrific, the content was simply very stark. It was a thing where I was much younger than I am now. I was much younger than I am now. And my family had just recently fallen apart. My family had just recently fallen apart, and we were not, there was no funds for things. So the dream was about continually moving into newer and shabbier and less safe locales back on my home world. And I'm glad. I'm feeling incredibly zen at the moment. I'm glad you both are enjoying it. I hadn't planned to do it to be super ASMR, but this is what I sound like when I'm. You know how so much of the time I'm excited and excitable? I actually feel alright now. I feel very much at peace now, but I will never say no to a hug. I will happily hug anyone who wants to give me a hug. Most people who want to give me a hug. If someone's holding a knife and you want to give me a hug, maybe hold on. Just a little bit. I would love all the hugs. This is how I sound. This is kind of how I am. And it's fairly rare. I'm a very excitable individual. Much hugs, much love for both of for all my experiences offering me low lighting. Yeah, I haven't heard it called low lighting, but I was taught by a woman who was very unlike me, but I was very young, and she didn't speak my language very well at all. She didn't speak my language well at all, but she always referred to it as following the light and the dark. Always pay attention to the lights and the darks. It's actually one of my favorite aspects about working in monochrome. Oh, what I was saying was that this is how I sound. I'm very excitable. I have a lot of energy. I'm pretty, I guess, hyper a lot of the time. I don't actually mean to be. I don't necessarily enjoy being that way. But this is what I'm like when I'm actually calm. It doesn't happen a lot of the time, but it's actually a bit of a treat for me as well, because it's the moments when I feel, I think, the most normal. Mooney, to answer your question, this is an application called Krita. And you can absolutely, it is completely free. You can get it. Hang on, I will post a link in chat. One moment. It is almost fully compatible with all Photoshop brushes and other things. I'm not sponsored. I don't know that they sponsor. But if anyone from Krita is around and hearing this, your application, and I would happily take a sponsorship from you. I love this art program. I have used Clip Studio Paint before. I've used Paint Tool Sai before. But for me, Krita is the one I have felt most comfortable with and that feels the most like painting and charcoals, which is what I did when I was little, and it's what I still have an affinity for. Oh, Mooney, if your head hurts, you should absolutely go and fix that. Are you in a hot place or a cold place? I will give you a small amount of advice if you can stomach it. If your head is hurting, what you should do is briefly go to a quiet, dark room. Ideally, it's fairly cool. And since you have exams coming up, if you have any fresh ginger around, you should peel and eat a few, like not much, like maybe a thumb-sized portion of fresh ginger. That will help you be more alert, help you focus, especially if you're struggling to stay awake. It's a good thing to do if you're trying to have exams and you're very tired. There's a part of me. Um, I'm sorry to hear that, Moody. If you can spare it, I'd love to know what instrument. But if you can't, then definitely try and get a little bit, if you're assuming you're not allergic, of like fresh raw ginger and garlic. And I'm not kidding. And if you can, eat an orange. Eat an orange. The not just the citrus, but it has a lot of vitamin C, and that will help you. That will help both refortify your body and keep you a bit more alert. I do get what you mean. I do get what you mean. As as one final further piece of advice, if you're going to have food today before your exams, I highly recommend you have fish, particularly if you can get, some trout or salmon. It has a large quantity of vitamin B12 in it, which also helps focus and attentiveness. Because I want you to do well. I want you to do well. I want you to get through and ace those exams. Absolutely. It is a very relaxed stream. We are vibing the zen today. Hello again, Devil. It's good to see you. I need to set up a small thing so that people can join me sometimes. Yeah, apparently this is an ASMR art stream. Because for once I'm just talking like a normal person. I love cellos. Cellos are wonderful sounding instruments. I never learned how to play one. I never learned how to play one. But I always thought they were very nice. Oh, I don't think. Hmm. I mean, I don't think I've ever actually taken that advice to the fullest extent. I don't think I've ever actually normal. But in terms of embracing weirdness, that is highly encouraged here. Um, it's highly encouraged here. And this is a nice, quiet, the hive, the hive that is becoming. The hive to be is a space where everyone can be safe and be as they are. I don't intend to let it be anything else. Uh, Even calm, I don't think I'm not weird. I don't think I'm not unusual. They're 18 plus because I have a mouth on me. Um, I swear an awful lot, and I don't think gratuitous swearing. I swear a lot. I tend to be at least. I tend towards being at least modestly sexually charged much of the time. Um, uh, well, that's interesting. Um, so, um, that's why I don't think they are necessarily the most 18 rated, but like I've mentioned things like I'm pretty sure I've mentioned magical rabbits here at least once before. So it's I swearing comes and goes. It when I play sub when I was playing Subnautica, I don't think you saw much of me playing Subnautica, Mooney. But playing Subnautica, it was not uncommon at certain times for the swears to reach a peak of like, I don't know, 10 per minute in some scenarios. Yeah, around 10 per minute or so. Yeah, we cussed and flirted. I have been known to do both on occasion. It's possible that I don't swear that much. That is a possibility. But I felt like it was important to give people the option or the forewarning. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. My opinion is thus. My opinion is thus. If I am not, if I'm not 18 plus, if I'm not 18 plus, I assume that means that people from like age 10 upwards may potentially watch me, right? And while I think I'd be fine for many people who are, 18, 17, 16, maybe even 15, right? Like when we get into the 15 range, like the 16 to 15 range for humanity, that's where it becomes more of that really depends on the individual and what their parental situation should be and what kind of things they want to be on. Like what kind of exposures that their parents want them to have. Especially if we start going even younger. Like if we go younger, and we go to say something like um, 11, 12, 13, like, I got to see some of South Park as a juvenile, right? I got to see some of South Park as a juvenile, but I wouldn't want to make that decision for a parental or guardian figure. I feel like that's something that they should be able to make themselves about, like, for their children, or at least discuss with their children. And I want to respect that. Right. And see, that's their decision to make, right? That's their decision to make, and I I I would respect that. Like, if a 5-year-old got sick, if someone decided to set their 5-year-old up with my stream, I would respect that. But they need to know what they were getting into. South Park is a complicated story. It's not lame. It is actually very, much of it is very good, very biting parody of the behavior of humanity, and particularly its political and social behavior. And this is a good thing. However, South Park enjoys shock humor. It also enjoys making people uncomfortable. And if you aren't alright with that, it can be difficult to stomach or tolerate. Like, I find it sometimes difficult for what they do to see what they have on there. And I usually enjoy the show. So I can understand if you wouldn't want it. I can also understand if it's complicated for you somewhat. Because the creators of it are known to be somewhat abrasive personalities, at least as they have appeared when they've appeared through media thus far. Only vibe. We are vibing today. Farewell, Mooney. But yeah, you'll hear no. Yeah. Best of luck on your exams. Take care of yourself. Much love and much luck out there. Thank you so much. I'm glad you've enjoyed. I'm glad you've enjoyed. I hope to see you again. You too. You too. Absolutely you too. Yeah. So, I know we have a pickle in the chat. I know we have a pickle in the chat. You haven't told me how you were doing it today, and I want to hear about it. In fact, I want to hear from anyone how you're doing today that I haven't heard of. I'd like to know that my people down on the surface are doing okay. this up, and then I will have proper reactive icons for when I show up on other people's streams, like via Discord. Full consciousness is difficult. Full consciousness is very difficult. I can't blame you for taking your time. I noticed you use the phrase still booting up. Is that a colloquialism, or do you have a cybernetic component you haven't told me about? Much pain. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Devil Ho. The hunters should not be working you like that. If they're gonna work you like that, they should be constantly feeding you, right? I mean, it'd be only fair. It'd be only fair. Positions can be hard like that, though. Positions can be hard. Um, as you know, I am your Veator, and increasingly I feel like I am becoming your Veator rather than just being a position. So not the title I ultimately want, but we'll get there. But I feel like I held a position not long before this that unfortunately I found myself needing to depart from. I found myself in a position where I had to depart from it. I was being asked to work day and night. I was being asked to work day and night, and this was not being acknowledged or I guess accepted or compensated for appropriately. And when I ended up sick, I ended up very sick. In no doubt, I suspect because of this, I ended up quite unwell. And when I was still under the care of a physician, I hadn't actually been released to return to work. They gave me an ultimatum telling me that I needed to finish all the work that I had deadlines for before I was sick, or else they were going to implement punitive measures. And I just, at that point, I ended up needing to walk away. I ended up making the unfortunate, difficult choice to resign. And unfortunately, sometimes organizations don't have much sympathy for the needs of an individual. I will say, I feel like Brandon has the right idea. I feel like Brandon has the right idea. If doing this is hurting you, if working anywhere is causing you strong suffering or is slowly destroying your ability to operate and function, then you should look at effecting a departure under your own terms would be most ideal. And I hope it is under your own terms. But those choices aren't always the ones we have. Regardless of what becomes, you'll always have a place here. Always have a place here. You'll always have a place here, and whatever you need to do to to be able to remain in operation and continue well, I hope that you follow that through. I hope that you follow that through. The friends and acquaintances as well is going through a similar scenario. I find it interesting watching the ordering of things on your world. I feel like things there are in a very curious place because it's very clear that there is a power struggle going on between the people who want to work and the people who want work done for them. And the people who want work done for them don't seem to just want work done for them. They seem to want to have control over how you operate, which has been shaken up by the recent health issues of your planet. All right. And the thing is, it sounds like you already have your exit figured out. It sounds like you have your exit figured out. And so I'm happy for you. I hope, congratulations on the purchasing of a domicile, or on the intended purpose of a domicile. I hope that works out well for you. I hope that works out well for you. But thank you. Much love. Much love, Double L. I hope that you just enjoy. hope that you enjoy. Mothy, hello. Welcome to today's Alpha broadcast. Today we vibing today. Today is a chill day for me. I don't think if I had a way to invite you to come chat, I would probably be willing to invite people too, but I don't yet. I'm gonna work on that. I think in the future that will be later on this week. Apparently today is an ASMR art stream because I'm very tired. My sleep was in an interesting position, and I feel very. I have to be careful with this word because I appreciate that for some here the word normal is not a comfortable or safe word. But when I say normal, I don't mean normative. I mean that I feel like I fit inside my own skin completely correctly for the moment. I am without any other active forces disturbing me at the moment. So this is one of the rare times I'm actually calm and relaxed. I tend to be fairly hyper most of the time for all sorts of reasons. But today is a calm, relaxed day for me. So welcome. It's good to see you again, actually. And if I recall, you're going to be streaming yourself for too much longer, right? If I'm correct. I can't formally raid yet, but if you are streaming later on, yeah. Okay, so a little bit later than when I go, a little bit later than when I usually go. But if the artwork carries me, if I'm still going, then I'm going to encourage everyone here to go take a look at you. What are you doing today? Why don't you tell everyone else who's here what you're doing today? Yeah, I think I remember you saying that last night. I'm sorry, Moppy. What you'll find is that I don't have a fantastic memory from day to day. I have a great memory from day to day. You go there. Alani, should I come by and and see some of it? Would that be bad if I haven't played the game and I maybe wanted to? Oh, fine, okay, that's fine. You can let me know. Okay. Yeah. And maybe I'll do some mist after I do the Outer Wilds. Maybe I'll do some mist then. Maybe I'll do some mist then. Oh no. No. You always have a place here. I need to think of a better term for all of you. I was going with experiencers. I was going with experiencers for a while, and I'll explain why in a minute. But I don't know that I want to use that as as a term for those who get to go through one of my encounters. I chose experiencers because that's what a lot of human beings who've had encounters with alien organisms call themselves. And I thought it was cute. But I want a different name for all of you. Okay, so maybe I will stick with it. Maybe I will stick with it. But that was why. Glad someone else felt it was neat. I'm glad someone else thought it was neat. Yeah, that's what I chose and why I chose it. Um, yeah, I can't think of a better term. Like hive visitors, maybe. I can't think of a better term. Experiencers. Because you're here to experience a different life form, right? So experiencers it is. I heard someone call this just a minute ago. I heard them call it, I think, under underlighting or low lighting. Low lighting was the term. It was. I never heard it called low lighting before. It makes sense though, and I actually like it as a term a lot. Makes sense to me. Um, yeah. So all my experiences, like Brandon. Again, you always have a place here. My experiences always have a place with me. Hmm. I'm very fortunate as well. I'm very fortunate because I had a lot of things I had to do today. Like an incredible amount of things I needed to do. But thanks to some things happening, a lot of them have gone away. So I can actually take it a little bit easy after the alpha broadcast. I don't think I'll be getting more rest until after that's over. But, but I can take time and not have to rush about trying to get things set up. I will likely do some work, back end work on infrastructure so that I can actually manage. I'm getting to the point where my broadcasting setup is becoming unwieldy, and that has to change because things shouldn't keep me from being able to be here and have an encounter with all of you. Because what's funny is that even though you all are experiencers, in a way I am too. I get to experience humanity, which is actually really nice. I'm very fond of humans, as odd as that may sound. I appreciate that might sound a bit condescending, but I promise you it's not. I feel like Ford Prefect. I quite like humanity. I feel you're a wonderful species with a lot of potential. And I think that you can be. I feel that you can be amazing individuals. And part of why I like doing this, why I like having these experiences, is because I feel like it lets me see some of the best of you. And I want to keep my Hive as a place where I can always see that in you. This is something I actually wanted ready for Monday Night Magic, but I wasn't quite able to get there. I wasn't quite able to get it there. And it's this. See, look at this. Oops. Not chatting. Chatting. Not chatting. Chatting. I need to do a little bit more to get where I want it to be, but it's coming along. It's coming along. Thank you, yeah, I'm excited about this. And what I'm going to do for this one is I'm going to come in. We're going to go. Okay. It's the last light and shadow. So we're going to do. actually have an official palette. I have an official palette, but I'm not sure where it is. So we're gonna do this instead. Because I want the chatting one to be in, to have color to it. I want the chatting one to have color. I'm actually thinking, because I'm probably going to be, my species, what's the term, what's the polite term for it? Molts? Yeah, we molt every so often. And it's something that we can try to, it's something that we can try to accelerate or retard. But different chemicals can have different kinds of effects on things. And I'm thinking about trying to make a couple modifications vis-a-vis I'm thinking about the idea of actually seeing if I can't get my eyes to go a different shade. What do you think of that? Like, I enjoy my eyes. They're like an amber yellow right now, I guess is how I describe them. Right? Like an amber yellow. And I was thinking about trending towards something maybe in the lavender or violet end of the spectrum. What do you think? I'd love to hear some opinions on that. It's something I'm thinking about. We'll find out if it pans out or not. I can change them to be most colors. It all comes down to, so I guess we're gonna have a talk about my biology for a little bit. The problem is, I guess I'll show you how they would be, and I'll color them in on here. Because I want my talking one to have color. I want my talking portrait to be colored, so I'm adding color. And these, I suppose these will be shown off. I'll see if I can't make a little GIF. I'll show these off in my Discord. I'll make a little GIF of them and show them off afterwards. So let's talk about my biology briefly. I am a carbon-based life form. Most life in the universe is carbon-based, and there's reasons for that. There's actually some very compelling reasons for that, and it's basically because carbon is incredibly easy to make life out of. um, evolutionarily speaking, it bonds incredibly well. It forms compounds very well, and it's very stable at a very wide range of temperatures and environments. So carbon is the building blocks of almost all life in the galaxy. It's what we know of as the known universe. We don't actually even know all of that. Like, I know more than you, but that's mostly by dint of exposure. So, I am carbon based, but much of me is based in compounds that use sucroses and metallic elements. Make up much of my, well, to borrow a term, they make up much of my mesoskeleton. Much of my outer carapace is made up of minerals. I mean, everyone is made of minerals, but it's made up of metallic and crystalline elements, and those are expressed in other aspects of my body as well, including my eyes. So, my eye color, when I mold my eye color hues based on diet. So I can change them to most colors because most minerals or metals that exist have aspects that can result in those colors. I think that answers the question, but if you had a follow-up, I'm happy to tackle that as well. So, I do not rust. I do not rust. I don't rust. I can oxidize some with age. It is possible for me to oxidize to a certain extent with age, but that's something that happens to basically all carbon-based life forms. Even humanity, you oxidize some. That's part of where your aging process comes from. Molting for me can delay that. It can potentially help stave that off, but that will set in sooner or later, regardless. I hope by then I'll be in a very different place. But currently they do not oxidize, and I don't want to I don't want to currently my outer scales, my outer carapace is mostly comprised of what you know in your world as sucrose and corundum, with trace elements of chromium and vanadium and magnesium, along with a little bit of titanium. There is only the most trace amounts of iron in it. So it doesn't really oxidize. So, does this have to be combat, Or could this be whenever a dom puts you in your place? Asking for a friend. See that. Um, I I know some people who are really really into brats. I know some people who are really into brats. Um, I am not uh, so much as an individual. But I'll see what I can. Yeah, so I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can do. I'll look into something for you. How's that? I don't normally. I haven't historically tried to hook people up, but if someone's asking, I'll do what I can. Oops. Here we go. Hmm. Do you? I don't traditionally wear makeup because I'm actually allergic to many things like that. My skin hates it. My skin hates it. But I'd look great with some eyeshadow. I'd look great with some eyeshadow, wouldn't I? I feel like I would. Um, I could probably, I could probably. It super is. I can't blame you for just liking friends. Um, I can't blame you for just liking friends. I did that for a while, and it did me no end of good. It did me no end of good. Just being mates with people for a while. No end of good. Makeup, eyeshadow is amazing. I should, you know what I should do? Since I can't wear normal makeup, I should get, they have these pads that they're almost like those stickers that you got when you were a kid, if you remember them, where you could like press them to your body and like suddenly, hey, presto, tattoo kind of things, if you know what I'm referring to. It, they have those for makeup. They have those for makeup, and I should actually start wearing those. I should get some fitted for my species eyes, and I should do that. Take care, Devil Ho. Much love. For those of you wondering why they call Pickle Devil Ho, it has to do with Monster Hunter, and it has to do with Monster Hunter and myself. Oh no, not a surprise. Not a surprise. Not a surprise at all. Um, so one of the first languages I learned from your planet was Spanish. And when I learned Spanish, I ran into a problem where I started trying to say everything like it was a Spanish word. I started trying to say everything like it was a Spanish word. So this means that when I'm first introduced to words, I tend to want to say them in a Spanish way. And for Monster Hunter, there's a creature called the Devil Joe. Only when I saw it, because I defaulted to Spanish, I started saying it Devil Ho with devil and then Hoka, H-O, so it's pronounced like Devil Ho. And the nickname for this creature amongst veteran hunters is a pickle. So thusly, I always call Pickle Devil Ho. Hello there, Bucket. This is not a surprise. It's not on Twitch, but if you are on my server, there's a channel. There's a channel called Transmission Schedule under Announcements. There's a channel called Transmission Schedule under Announcements, and that lists the times I'm going to be transmitting this week. And you can see there, you can see in there that this is not a surprise stream. So I've had plenty of food for the moment, but I've had plenty of. This is a stream for doing doing things, for getting together assets for the Hive. Because the Sapphire Hive is going to be a real thing. Okay. There we go. There's some hydration for you. As for consumption, I have had plenty of food for now. I've had a meal. So you don't have to, I appreciate your concern. I appreciate your concern as for your Veator, but if you well, that is a good thing. But if people want, I will eat a cookie at some point. Maybe after I finish this. Uh-oh. Okay, here we go. That's probably a good idea. Yeah, I'm glad you're into it, Bucket. You're quite welcome here. Yeah, this is... Hive is a place... It is a place of safety and sanctuary for everyone. I can't promise that your thoughts and opinions won't be challenged, but everyone who comes to the hive has a right to be themselves here. We vibe in today. I'm also deeply tired and very zen, so this is ASMR Stram. Apparently, it wasn't originally intended to be, but that's where it's gone to. How are you doing today? Hmm. Oh, you flatterer, you. Flatterer might not get you everywhere, but it'll get you somewhere. You're adorable. But no, go and eat. I want my experience. You need food. You need food, especially because I imagine you'll want to be in good shape for tonight. Because tonight we are going to be doing Metroid. We're going to be starting on Metroid Zero mission. But it sounds like I should be talking more like this. It's like I should be making an effort to remain calm more often. So I will see what I can do for that. See what I can do to help facilitate you getting to hear this voice more often. I'm sure you can. I'm sure you can. I will probably be significantly slower. It is my first time playing, and I tend to take my time with things, especially on the first run through. If you can spare a minute, though, I will show you this. well, that well, that's a compliment if I've ever heard one. That's a compliment if I've ever heard one. Hello, Yuzu. How are Yuzu doing today? This is the color I'm thinking of. This is the color I'm actually thinking of transitioning to in the next month. If you were wondering, for those of you who wanted to see what it would be like, this is what I think I'm gonna do it because I really like it. Basically, I'm so I think you missed. I'm my species molts, and I'm thinking about before molt, depending upon what we ingest, we can have some degree of control over some of our aesthetic appearances via what kind of minerals and other substances we consume. And I was thinking about moving towards something closer to this in eye color. Um, it would, I would probably need to start looking at going with a few more, transitional metals into my diet. A little bit more, quartz. Likely, a little bit of ionized materials. Why are lips considered feminine? What do you mean? Why are lips considered feminine? That's a very, very complicated question. Or it's a very vague question. What about lips? What do you mean, why are lips considered feminine? Like the idea of lips themselves. So, this gets into a lot of things. But yes. So, there was a time when in cartoons, male characters, masculine characters, did have like much more visibly drawn and prominent lips. And you can still find those instances. You can still very much find those times. Things like the Phantom Toll Booth, for example. All the male characters that you see close-ups of, all the characters that you see their faces in any kind of close detail have lips and eyelashes and eyebrows, unless their character design calls for them not to. But what started happening was two things. One is that the idea of cartoons as a entertainment media began to appreciate this idea of simplification of characters' designs. So anything that they could remove from a character design would be removed from that character design. And it will be removed from that character design to encourage simplification and other things. Now, this is where we lead into what Yuzu was talking about with the idea of the male gaze. As characters are starting to be designed, the question was, and simplified, the question started to become, what is essential for what is essential for a character to have to make them recognizably that kind of character, right? So it's now become an essentialist question. And one of the answers, as it turned out, the answer that shook out came about because males in cartoons, the question for what makes a male character should be looked at, well, how is this a boy that I relate to? And for female characters, it became, how is this a woman that I'm attracted to? And when you start to simplify things down, and that becomes your question and your answer, what happens is that any part of anatomy that can be attractive is going to start to be shuffled into the feminine because the goal for a feminine character is to make them attractive, not simply to make them recognizably feminine, but being attractive becomes a metric of whether or not they are a female character in many instances. Again, this is in Western cartoons. If you move over to, say, Japanese cartoons, you'll notice that, as Yuzu rightly pointed out, no one really has lips anymore. Lips are used to denote character archetypes much more than things. So certain kinds of characters that belong to certain groups tend to be drawn with lips, and ones that do not belong to those groups don't have them. I think that is a more accurate way of putting it. Everyone can read what Club Yuzu said, and if you're just listening, Club Yuzu disagreed. Yuzu said that they think it's more about implicit bias, that the overt goal isn't to make them attractive, but the essentialist thinking is being piloted by the perspective of a designer who is likely operating under male gaze. Tends to drive it in that direction. I hope I didn't mangle that too badly. Yeah. Oh, your art is fine. Don't worry, we're going to feature it in a minute. Why? What happened? Is it something I need to go and fix? I adore any and all fan creations, I think. I'm delighted that anyone want to make any, but it will be featured here. It will be featured here in a minute. I'm sorry, because I don't have a filter on chat that stops you from swearing or anything like that. But apparently Twitch was doing it. It's why these streams are the age rating they are. I didn't do that like that. Oh no, it's very hard. It's very hard for me to change that. I could probably do that. I could probably do that. But I hadn't thought of that. I could probably do that. I was toying around with the idea of applying some degree of makeup in the future, and I wanted to see what it would look like. The history of the middle finger. Certainly willing to play around with it. That's a difficult decision to make right there. Alright. Go enjoy, go get some food, go enjoy. Probably be here just vibing. Hey again, Devilo. That's an interesting story, Bucket. Now, for all my experiencers out there who are gracing me with their returned interest, I want to know. We have gold and we have gold and we have sort of a violet or a lavender color. What do you think? Which one works better, do you think? Let me see some colors in the feed. Let me see some colors in chat. Yeah, the old victory sign. Split it down the middle. I think I like the idea of splitting it down the middle. Let's go with that. Let's go with that. I could probably gold isn't that hard to do. I'd have to check what material did it again, but let's see on splitting some down the middle. Let's See what that looks like. Why are you obligated to abstain from voting? I'm not obligating you to abstain. Your vote is welcome here. Well, you could see both of them when they were side by side for a little bit. But here we go. I actually kind of like this. I actually think I'm quite fond of this. Yeah. Maybe go heavier on the gold then. Yeah, let's double up on this. Let's make it gold. Okay. Why don't we try it the other way around? Hang on. Let's try this the other way around. No, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna. Okay. I don't like. That's too much. Um. Maybe lighter, huh? Maybe a bit more blue. Be tricky to try and pull off. I'm not going to enjoy this diet to get it in here, but I think it might be worth it. With blue, without blue. With or without blue. This is without. Gonna leave it here for a few seconds so people can get like a good little look. Gonna leave it here just for a little bit. And now we're gonna go and with a bit of blue in the eyes. And leave this on for a little bit. I think, as much as I like the lavender, I think all of you are right. I think the gold has to be the base. I think the gold has to be the base. Okay. Okay, so I think the question at the moment is, do I keep the blue in there or not? But yeah, definitely a contrasting. I think we get rid of the blue. I think it makes it a bit too noisy. It's better. Especially if I opt to do anything like this. Um, which I might. You never know. Not quite the right color. Is it this one? I think it was this one. I'm not sure about the makeup stripe here. I'm not sure about that. That might be going away. Part of me kind of likes it, but I don't know if this is. Is that too much? I don't know. What if you let me know? I don't know if I should do that or not. If it should be like. Just like. Down here, maybe. Because if you're going to wear any kind of makeup, it should be dramatic. There's no point in like just doing the boring parts, right? What do you all think, my my experiencers? Should a full line on the bottom over the lips? I don't know. We will try some stuff out. We'll see. It's been a very interesting experiment. Appreciate you being here before it. It's been very interesting. Should look at lot. Let's see. I'd probably put way more time into something that. So this cute art is actually for Discord's reactive plugin, so that when I show up on other people's streams talking in like a Discord voice call, I'll actually like solid little avatar. It should be like that. That actually is a very nice color scheme. I need to go back to that. Get that quite right. I think I was starting to say, I think I've spent way more time on something that is not going to be. I think it's been probably so much time on something that's not going to be that visible. But I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed doing this with you guys. And it's been nice. And it gives me some ideas of where I want to head and what maybe I want to do post mold. See here, look at this. Not talking. Talking. I don't know whether or not to have the little speech things there or not. I don't know whether or not to have those there. It's something I'm tinkering with. Red light. That's so out there, Bucket. That's so out there. You can have a lot of fun with that, I think. I think I know of someone who does avatars. Here you can say a thing. You can always say a thing here, as long as it's not trying to hurt someone else. There we go. Um, I actually. Wait. Oh, yes, Doug the dog. And it looks like I'm not doing anything right now. I'm actually working on saving things. You're not in a good position to be boned up. I like that. Boned up. Oh no, I made a mistake. Okay. Okay, we're gonna have to try that again. Or move that around. You made a small mistake, and now I have to try and figure a way around it. Should be fine. Okay. I just made a small mistake in the area that I drew in, I think. Gotta come up. Okay. So what has to happen is these have to. Okay, those have to shrink is what has to happen. I'm just doing some editing kind of stuff. Some editing sort of work to try and get this so I can export it. Then I want to share a thing that I was given. I want to share a thing I was gifted the other day. Okay, there we go. They do quite a good job too. They do quite a good job too. Um, Which trim to selection. This sometimes works a little weird. The only thing about Krita that's sometimes a problem is that sometimes when you don't have a raster layer selected, it behaves poorly. There we go. Now we scale this down to a reasonable size. What size am I allowed to use here? Okay, I can use basically any size I want, so go with 1600. Yeah, we are definitely on Big Chungus size. We're definitely on Big Chungus size. We're going from, this was an absolute monster at about 4800 by 4800 pixels, which, if you want to have an idea, I think is bigger than 4K. And now it's down to 16 by 16. If you ever want a tip, those of you who draw, or like getting your drawings, I don't remember anymore Yuzu. I don't remember anymore Yuzu. Hang on. It was very chunky. It was larger than that. But I don't remember what it was. Hang on. The one I did for you started off before I compressed it down close to 8,000 by about 4,000. So like double for what, like 8K basically, I think is what it started off as. Support. Okay. Come on, take me back to the actual place where I need to store this. I draw at I draw it ridiculous sizes, then compress it down, so I get some very smooth end results. And it's part of my art process, and part of why things take me so long is that I do a lot of very close, slightly unsteady detail work, and then I compress it down to make it nice and smooth and tasty with a lot of crunchy details. Alright, Yuzu, best of luck out there. Enjoy your food. Much love. Good luck. And we will be shutting down soon, but I look forward to seeing you tonight for Metroid Stream. And there we go. That's the two of them exported. So I don't I received before we do anything else, because we'll probably be shutting down here soon. But as an out, oh, I wanted to share with you the very first piece of fan art that I've ever gotten, and like I am ridiculously delighted. This is the very first piece of fan art that I have ever received from anyone. You can find this and the person who made it up on my Discord, and I'm quite frankly, I'm thrilled. I kind of want to, like, to the point that I kind of want to use it as like an avatar or something for a little bit. I don't know. I might see about getting a little reel of artwork together, but I have a couple more, and use them as like a scroll or this does need to be an emote. This does need to be an emote. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. This is gonna be my first emote, everyone, I think. This is gonna be my first emote. I think if people will, I'm gonna ask the person who made it. Yeah, I need to actually, I need to actually send this out. I don't know what I should be using for fan art. I don't have a tag for it yet. I haven't tweeted about it. Yes. I don't. Bell art? I could do bell art. I could do bell art. I don't have a good one settled on yet. But I will talk to some people and figure it out today. I'll figure it out today. I would tweet about it like right now, but you can't change hashtags or anything after you've twit. So I'm gonna wait. Like by tomorrow, if I can't think of a better one, the bell art is gonna go out. I'm delighted and excited. I can't wait. I can't wait, and I'm deeply excited to do some spiffing up around here. Yeah, the reactives, I guess, for this week. I think next Tuesday I will probably be doing some work on the overlays for this for the SH. For the SH. If you want to know what the SH is, there is a clue hidden somewhere in my Discord server. Uh, those who can find it get to know about what it is and about what's coming down the pipeline. Uh, but again, thank you so much to Screwbucket for this amazing piece of art. I will be. I am absolutely ready for Monday. I'm absolutely ready for Monday. I may have to. I have an idea for a wager. I have an idea for a wager, but I have to make sure that I'm able to actually commit to it yet. So I'm going to be doing some work on that front, doing some work on that front, and we will we will talk about that later. I need to build a new deck for the next Monday Night Magic. I already know what deck I'm gonna be bringing. I already know what I want to build around. You're gonna be testing decks all week. I can't promise that level of commitment to it. I can't promise that level of commitment to it, Pickle. For those of you who don't know, Monday Night Magic is an event hosted by Maybe Minor. If you guys don't know who Maybe Minor is, and you want and you like yummy VTuber content, you should go and look at his stuff. He's hosting it. You can find him here. You can find him there. And he is currently hosting Monday Night Magics. If you are doing tubing yourself or thinking about it, or even just a fan of it, yeah, come and check it out. It is on Mondays. It starts at 7 Central Standard Time. Is that right? No, it starts at 6 Central Standard Time. It starts at 6 Central Standard Time. 6 Central Standard Time is currently 6 in the evening, 6 p.m. or 18 Central Standard Time. 18 Central Standard Time is currently 19 or 7 post meridian for Eastern Daylight Time, which is to say along the eastern seaboard of the United States, the Northern American continent, or it is going to be at 8 Eastern Standard Time, which should cover the Canadian Union on the eastern side of the Canadian Union on the northern continent of America. Or if you are on the Pacific side of things, on that same continent, it is going to be at 5. Is that right? It's going to be at 4. It's going to be at 4 Pacific Daylight Time, or at 5 Pacific Standard Time. But you should definitely come if you like, even if you don't like if you don't know much about Magic the Gathering, if you like trading card games, if you like digital card games, things like Eternal or Hearthstone or things like that, it's definitely worth coming to check out. I'm usually favored to lose, but I have a great time, and Baby's a great host. This past Monday was the inaugural session, and Mothy here, Yellow Moth BT, in the chat, they actually end up winning with this crazy Helix Fountain deck. The prize is usually just something small, something for funsies. We're all mostly there to have a good time. And if you want to play your at least I encourage you to bring Jake. I encourage you to bring Jake. It's more fun that way. I'm straying outside my usual color spectrum. I'm usually, for those in the know, a green, black, blue player, but I'm straying a little bit outside my color spectrum this upcoming week. So, yeah, let me see who's online. I cannot properly raid anyone yet, but this isn't going to stop me from recommending you to go look at someone else. See, there's no one I know who's online right now. There's no one online that I know right now. So I'm gonna send you over to someone else. Another small timer like me. They are doing a rapid fire tier list of a lot of anime. It's kind of insane. It seems entertaining. I don't know them, but I encourage you to go watch them. You can go find them here. It's very interesting. So yeah, please go watch them. Give them some love. Us small timers need love. Absolutely. It's been wonderful watching you. Everyone have a wonderful day. I will be back on in about 4 hours or so with Metroid Zero Mission. Take care, all. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. It's been wonderful. Much love, much safety, much luck to you all. I will see you this evening. Go watch Stella Luna. Goodbye.